Speaking, communication, and charisma. We all want to learn this trait and we all want to master it because not only does it help you in business and express your ideas effectively, but it's also more so used in dating, talking to girls, talking to a random person on the street, and just having fun in public. Especially charisma, a trait that everyone wants to master. Because simply put it, if you learn charisma, you can bend people to your liking. You're able to control a situation between you and the other person and change their mood to your liking. In short, you have full control of the situation. And I'll tell you right now, it is one of the most powerful skills you can learn. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you guys how to be a better communicator and become more charismatic wherever you are in life. And for context, this is coming from a kid who used to be very, very shy, never used to speak, and now whenever I go in public, I like talking to people and I like bringing up the mood. And people love it, okay? Okay, so you're probably thinking, who's this guy on my screen? He's kind of weird looking. My name is Zain, I'm a copywriter, and I help creators and coaches build out the personal brands and monetize the audiences through funnels, okay? And for you guys, you can sign up to my newsletter, which is a link in the description. It's free. Talk about personal branding, marketing, copywriting, anything to help you get started with your personal brand. All right, let's jump in. Okay, so the reason I'm able to speak upon this topic is simply because there's proof of it, right? If you scroll to my first video on this channel, you can see how awkward I am, how bad I am at communicating on camera, and my body language is just completely off, okay? Like I just feel weird, I feel cringy. And you compare that to my most recent video, you can see I'm just expressing my hand movements, I'm doing this. I'm just able to be a better communicator and I just seem much more confident on the camera. You can see my charisma from before and you can see my charisma from the after. So what does that tell you? If someone like me who is a shy kid, you can learn this, what does that tell you? It means it's a skill that can be learned and anyone can learn this skill no matter who you are. So I'm going to show you 2 ways how you can improve your communication skills, your speaking skills, your confidence and your charisma. So number 1, you need to record yourself and start creating content. Now, when I say create content, I mean create content mostly on YouTube where it's a long form content, right? Simply put it, you pick up a camera, you pick up a phone, wherever it is, whatever you have, a DSLR camera, and you start recording and you start speaking on camera. Now, the purpose of creating a channel at the start is not to gain views. The purpose of the channel is to improve your speaking skills, your body language, and your charisma on camera, so you become more persuasive. Now, at first, when you start producing content, trust me when I say this, you're gonna start cringing. You're gonna notice yourself become all awkward and all weird. The way you speak and your tonality won't be the way you think you did in your head, right? The voice in your head doesn't reciprocate what it does on camera. Everything's gonna be off. Your body language is off. It's one of the most awkward things and the most hardest barriers you need to overcome in your initial content journey or your journey to improving your charisma. Because trust me when I say this, I've been through it, okay? But the only way you can get over that is by putting the reps in. And the more reps you put in, the more confident you become in front of camera, and that will reciprocate out there in the real world when you start talking to other people. Now, when you create content on camera, this is where you need to be analytical. This is where you need to analyze your tonality, you need to analyze your body language, analyze your movement, your posture, everything. You need to analyze yourself to the dime and start improving. The reason I say pick up a camera and start recording is because you can see yourself in third person and see what you're doing wrong. And even the way you speak, little fillers like ums and uhs, you need to cut that out, okay? Now, you can either do this through editing, but the more you speak, the more fluent your speech will become and you won't need to say and uhs anymore. And that's literally it. Start creating content on YouTube, create long form content, pick up a camera and start recording yourself. And when you look over the recording, analyze yourself to the dime. It is such a powerful thing that not many people do to improve their charisma, their confidence, their speaking skills or anything. It's ridiculous. Pick up a camera and start recording. Number 2, get a job in sales or get a bartending job. So a lot of you guys don't know this, I'm actually a bartender in London, okay? Which means I have to talk to a lot of people. And prior to that, I was in sales for 3 years, okay? So I've been through the journey of never talking to someone in public to now being bloody confident talking to everyone because I've been through a journey of customer service or having a customer service job. So how do these 2 jobs improve your charisma? Simply put it, you're gonna talk to a shit ton of people on a daily basis. And initially when you start in sales or start in the bartending job, when you start talking to people, you're gonna say some weird shit. right? Trust me when I say this, especially if you're a shy kid. One, you're gonna say weird shit. Two, the conversation is always gonna get awkward. Three, the person you're serving are gonna think you're weird, fucking retarded, anything. And that's normal, okay? That's the initial phase you need to get over because you're improving. But with these jobs, sales and bartending, because you meet so many people, you're gonna start to understand human behavior. You're gonna understand what words you say that will impress them or make them laugh. You're going to understand what not to say to make the situation not weird. Now, something that also magical that happens when you talk to a lot of customers consecutively, or you talk to a lot of people, is that you get in the momentum of social lubrication. And what social lubrication basically is that you're in a flow state of talking to people. So you become more witty. Everything that you say just flows out your mouth without thinking, and it just seems to be the right words, right? That's what social lubrication is. And one thing I've noticed in my life is that when I take time out of social situations, is that I lose that social lubrication, right? I get a bit more introverted. And so in order to go back to that state, I have to re-enter the little awkward phase of talking to people, being a bit awkward, and then getting through that social lubrication. But the more you do it, the quicker that process becomes. So you'll get from that state to that state like really quickly, right? If this makes any sense. Right, and if you're starting for the very, very first time, you're gonna have awkward interactions. It's just normal, okay? I still think about my first interactions before I sleep, okay? I cringe about it all the fucking time. It's normal, okay? You will get better, and I will promise you that. And that's basically it, right? Option one, pick up a camera, start recording yourself, analyze your body language, your tonality, your speech, everything. And number two, you get a job in bartending or sales because you're around a lot of customers. This alone will improve your charisma. I promise you this. And you put the reps in, you will become more charismatic. You can literally go up to any person, old lady, a young lady, old man, young man, and you can just talk. You can bang a conversation out of nowhere, like it just comes naturally, right? And sometimes the ladies kind of like it, so you kind of flirt with them a bit. It makes the job a bit more fun. Along your job, you can get a couple of Instagrams. So yeah, really do practice it, okay? Charisma is one of the best skills you can learn. And learning charisma in the context of business and learning speaking skills in the context of business makes you much more trustworthy, especially in sales calls, in meetings. You're able to communicate your ideas effectively, which is very important. It makes you seem much more professional. So yeah, I hope that helps. Let me know in the comments what you've done to improve your confidence or your charisma. And if not, use this video and let me know how it goes. All right, cool.